What's going on, Simulation World? Flight simulation experience back for another stream in the beautiful gunmetal TBM 930. Absolutely loving this aircraft right now. Back for another stream, as you can see. Got 2 legs today. Sitting down here in Tromso, in far northern part of the country of Norway. Absolutely love this airport, love this area. And we are in Winter Wonderland, as you can see. Air Portugal behind us. Don't know why that's there. I don't think an Air Portugal Airbus A320 would be flying here. It's quite the distance. Or maybe. Don't know. But we're sitting on the ground, cold and dark, getting ready for our first leg. And we are heading up to Andoya Airport, which is Echo Co Enan, Echo November Alpha November, which is a domestic airport located in the village of Andines in Andoya municipality in the Nordland County of Norway. It's situated on the northern tip of Andoya, and it's a beautiful approach. We're going to be taking the water approach arrival, runway ILS localizer 14, I believe. So without further ado, let's jump into this beautiful bird and let's get her fired up. All right. Got everything all running, all situated. Got the power onto the aircraft. Got our flight attendant here. Say hello. Hello. Come on down here. Clear that alarm for the Garmin 3000. Clear any alarms here. It's a beautiful day. Currently 9:05 in the morning here in Tromso. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Let's go through our safety checklist. First of all, we can put this on FMS for flight management system.
TOS system test. Okay.
Thank you. And we definitely want some heat here. We're going to turn this up to 2, and we're going to turn off the AC unit. We're going to come on down here to the hot airflow to the leg position, feet position, and we're going to come on over and make sure our alternate static source is pushed in, which it is pushed in. And we're going to go and sync our heading bug, and we are going to make sure our landing lights work, which they do, and our test light works, which it does. Good. AC is off. We're going to come on down here. She checked the circuit breakers down here to make sure all our circuit breakers are pushed in and nothing is blown, which it is. everything is good. And we're going to come on upstairs here to the overhead panel. And what is going on with my cameras here? Oh, that looks funny, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to come on up here. We're going to turn the nav light on for right now. Taxi light can stay off. Panel lights don't need any of those. Got power established to the aircraft. The starter is going to go into the off position, as well as the auxiliary pump is in the off position. Fuel selection is going to go to manual. Autopilot trim is in the off position as well. So everything here looks good. So now we're going to come on over here and we're going to set up for our flight plan. And we're going to go to our MFD menu and go to our flight plan and sit on the ground at ENTC, which is Tromso. Enter that in there. Destination airport is Enan. Andoya, if I'm saying that right. Don't have a departure for Tromso, but we do have a arrival. We are going to be taking off runway 36. We're going to go to VNAV here, fire that up, make sure that's on and running. And then we're going to go to procedures here, and our departure is going to be runway 36. So we're not taking any departure. So let's go. So I think what I need to do is get it out of the departure here. Let's see here. Let's just do this first. We're going to go direct to TRO, T-R-O. I'm going to enter that in. Obviously, it is this one in Norway. And we're then going to go to procedures and go to our arrival. And it's going to be the TRO 5 uniform arrival with the TRO transition. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be planning for localizer runway 14. And we're going to load that. So that is loaded. So there's our arrival. Our approach is going to be the ILS localizer 14. We're going to load that. And that should look correct. Which it kind of turns around and it comes around off the ocean here. Yeah, okay, so that's correct. Now we're going to go back to our home page, and for our flight, we need to be I'd like to remove this. I don't know why it's automatically planning for that. Not a big deal. If we scroll in, oh no, okay, that's correct. So direct to TRO, and this actually, when we take off, we're just going to take off and make a left turn. We're not going to do like a quick right and then a left. We're just going to make a left turn. All right, so that's all. That all looks right. Okay, so we're going to go back to home. So our flight plan is in. Our procedures are in. Whether that is not modeled yet, we're now going to go to our PFD, our primary flight display. We're on FMS, Flight Management Systems, and our minimums we will do when we get closer, and our speed bugs are going to be rotation at 86 knots is fine. We're going to enter that in, and we're going to report that as well. We're also going to actually we're going to take approach speed off. So there's our V speeds. We're going to go back, and we're now going to make sure we set up our cruise altitude, which is going to be flight level. Let's see, flight level is going to be 14,000 feet. And we're gonna flight level change it, climbing at about 143 knots is fine, or 144 knots will work as well. A little heavier today, so do 144 on that. Cool. And then now we are going to put our altimeter in. Last time I checked, it was 29er. 29er, as well as on our main PFD. So 29er, let me just double check the METAR report on that one again, just to be super safe, which it is. Oh, it changed. 29er32 now. So I always got to do an update. 29er32 and 29er32. Okay, so we're checked there. Now let's go to our weight and imbalances. So according to sim briefs today, we have a, first of all, let's increase that. And the amount of fuel we're going to need in pounds is 840 pounds. So I'm going to do 900 to be safe. So there would be 920 will work. So fuel is 920 pounds and our payload is 1150 pounds. We're probably going to take that up to 1200. So 1200 pounds of payload. Aircraft is loaded and fueled up. Perfect. All right. So we got our altitude in. We have our Q&H set. All of our de-ice systems are currently in the off position. The parking brake is on and flaps are up. Manual override is fully down. Trim don't need to worry about, and our flaps are fully up, and our throttle is in the idle detent position, or the cutoff fuel detent position. So without further ado there, we can now ask our passengers to come aboard. So we will go to next. We're going to pretend, since we don't have TBM in Pack X here, we're just going to use the CJ4, and we're going to go next, and we're going to start. So they're going to load pretty quickly, since it's only 6 people. I'm not sure if I opened up the back door here for them. Let me make sure I do that. I did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way.
It's just the alarm. Go ahead and silence that.
Exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated.
All right.
You are free to use your portable
passengers are in. Go ahead and close that door now.
We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard. We're ready to go when you are.
Okay. Go ahead and close this door. And we're going to signal our guy out there, let him know, hey, we are ready for engine start. So we're going to go ahead and close our door. All right. So far, so good. Now we're going to come on upstairs.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and
we're going to go ahead and start our engines.
Our flight time will be roughly 28 minutes.
So starter ignition needs to be in the on position, auxiliary boost in the on position, fuel in the manual position, and this all needs to be off. We're going to go to start. 1, 2, 3, release. Looking for 14% on N1. Or NG, excuse me, 14% on NG, which we are just about there now. And we're going to go into low idle. Clear that alarm. Now looking for about 48 to 50% on NG for high idle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration.
All right, we're there.
When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as we may experience.
So we're looking at a good engine start.
There are several emergency exits on this aircraft.
And we can now
please take a few moments now now to locate your nearest exit.
Cut over.
In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will
Alright, so we're going to go and report that, let's say, ATC gave us a code of 5672. Turn that on and enter that in our system. So there we are there. We are going to just put our comm system on 122.8 Unicom. 122.8. Alright.
In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located.
And we're going to get her system onto timer. So we remind ourselves of that. Click on timer there.
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on
So
the red
runway
cord only when
36
exiting the aircraft.
is right here.
If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your
Do a quick flight control check. Up, down.
Put your arms into the straps and hug the cushion to your chest.
Looks like we're
Once
good.
again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely
And it
stow
looks
your
like we are
personal
ready.
items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatory.
First, come on up here.
All of this information and more.
Taxi light can come on, strobe, and actually we'll keep our strobe off. Pulse can come on. Our starter can go is in the off position. Our ignition can go in the auto, auxiliary boost in the auto, and we also could turn our fuel in the auto, as well as our autopilot trim can go to the auto. Oxygen can go into the on position. So we have auto, 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 and then we can come on down here to our pressurization, and we can turn that to auto. Inertial separator can come on. Pilot heats can come on as well, and AC or pilot heat can go to number 3 since it is cold. So let's just make sure we have done everything we need to do, which it looks like we have. So we have bleed air in auto position. Can probably turn that up a little bit. No signs here other than the parking brake is on. Starter is in the off position. Ignition in auto. Auxiliary pump in auto. Fuel's in the manual. And autopilot trim is in the on position, as well as oxygen is in the on position. And everything here looks good. Taxi light is on. I believe we're ready to rock and roll. So we can go ahead and release the parking brake. Clear that alarm. And can now taxi over to runway 36. Give them a wave. Thank you guys. We appreciate the service. You ready? She's ready. %97 satisfaction rate on our passengers back there, which is good. Not going to set flaps until we hit the runway. So we're clear to the left. Now turned on the head tracker. All right. We're now at runway 36. Clear on final to the right. Tower has cleared us for takeoff. 36 confirmed. 36 confirmed. And we are clear to the left as well. And our landing light can come on as well. And our... all these lights should have already been on. Oh wait, not those lights. Excuse me. Strobe light can come on. Alright. Flaps in the 1 position for takeoff. Runway is clear. And let's get on out of here. Let's go ahead and... let's actually slow this down for a minute here, because I need to do more things. Let's turn this up. And let's go ahead and start the timer. All right. And throttle's in 50% position. Engine is stable, and we're gonna go to max thrust set. Definitely got a crosswind to the right. And we're at 50 knots. Rotation's at 86. We are now at 70 knots, both checked. 88 is fine. We are rotating. We got a positive climb. Gears coming up. Pitch for climb at about 10 degrees. And we can dial back that power a little bit. IGTs doesn't rise. Go ahead and clear those flaps. Okay, wait till we clear this mountain, and then we're going to see our shadow there. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and sync our heading bug here. Now we're going to go ahead and do is autopilot yaw damper. We're going to go into the heading position. Aircraft's going to pitch now down to 144 on our climb. Come on upstairs here, and I will keep the landing lights on for now. Everything looks in the green. Inertial separator is still on. We'll probably go ahead and turn that off now. Don't have any clouds or don't see any ice on our wings yet. Okay. We're going to turn on half bank angle so we don't scare our passengers and make these 90-degree turns. And we're now going to go ahead and turn the aircraft to the left. So the power has increased as our inertial separator is off. So we're going to go ahead and dial the throttle back a little bit there. And we're looking good. So I'm going to continue on turning there to probably 240 is fine. Go ahead and disable the head tracker and get some fixed views here of this beautiful landscape. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. So far so good. Let's go ahead and take a look at we're at 6,000 feet, so it's standard now, I believe, for our pressure. Just 29902. As well as our backup here. So 29902 is standard. Now we're going to go ahead and turn left. About 25 degrees. And let's go to 210 on our heading. Well clear above these mountains here. And it is definitely a little windy. At 10,000 feet, we're going to turn our landing lights off. And as we get closer to our magenta line here, we're going to go into the nav position. Still on heading, and we are on half bank angle. Autopilot yaw damper is on, flight level change is on. Looking good, looking very, very good. No messages, nothing to be concerned about here, so we're good. And it is truly a winter wonderland out here, folks. All of the water is iced over. "10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn the landing lights off. Turn off the nav light. The pulse light and strobe can stay on. And everything else can stay where it's at.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet, so you may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration
As we can
of the
see,
flight, and do not form a line
got some
near the
janky
left.
stuff going on over here for our arrival.
With onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect
Just to
the
stay ahead of the
Wi-Fi,
flight
you'll be
here
able
and
to
stay
access
busy,
a wide range of free live TV
let's go ahead
shows
and let's make sure. See, our arrival should look like this. So we might re-enter it in just to see if we can fix anything. I had all my charts plugged down here. Don't know what happened to those, but okay, we'll do it again. So for Enan, we're going to go to our arrival, which is the, I believe it's this one. Let me check here. And it is not. So it would be this one. Yep. So that's a 1,000-foot call out there. Elevation airport. The airport elevation is 46, and our transition altitude is determined by ATC. So we're gonna probably do that at 10,000. And as you can see, we're already getting pretty close here. So let's come on up over here, and let's now let's actually turn a little bit to the left here. Yeah, it's a really quick flight. So we're gonna now come on back to Navigraph, and we're gonna get our localizer in. I don't understand why it keeps deleting my pins. It's pretty annoying. So let's go to our approach, which is the ILS 14. So down here at, so we need to be at 2,000 feet, 142 on our arrival. So Ovbex, we need to be at, I believe, 3,000 feet. No. So let's first make sure we have our ILS in localizer. So we come on down here. Alright, so we probably want to go now to nav. The aircraft is now going to turn to the right, which it is. It's now going to follow this magenta line. And we're going to come on down here to our nav and comm. We're going to go to our radios, and we're going to make sure, ooh, it's bumpy. We're now going to make sure our localizer is 109.35. 109.35. We're going to transfer that over, and just to make sure, I like to do them on both. Transfer that over. So 109.35, 109.35, and even in nav 2, I like to do it just to make super safe. Yes, it's definitely overkill, but for me, it's redundancy. And I like redundancy. So 109.35, 109.35, one's in nav 2, 109.35, 109.35. You don't have to click one, or do you? I'm not sure, but we'll click on that one, the primary. So we're good there. We're now going to go to our minimums, which is going to be here. And our minimums, as you can see, we're doing a radial altimeter because it's an ILS, and the minimums are going to be 324. 324 feet minimums. Radial altimeter 324. Perfect. So our minimums are in. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to our flight plan here, and at the arrival, we now need to go to our arrival, which is this one, which it's not. Actually, it's this one. So we probably want to start descending now, probably to 3,000 feet. So let's now, at Trio, which is DO 508, let's do that. We want to be at 3,000 feet here. We're going to go ahead and enter that, and I'm pretty sure it's already going to tell us that, yeah, we should have been descent already. Descent at 2,000 feet, down to 3,000. And we are speeding up quite a bit, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to dial back our speed there to 3,000 feet, sync our bug, and let's actually do 2,300 feet per minute. Try to catch up back to our glide slope here. So CL14, I believe we need to be at 3,000 feet. Sorry, 2,000 feet. Let's see, so there's the issue right there, I believe. Whoops. So it looks like we have. So here we're on the arrival, and then it tells us, and then the approach. So let's plug in 2,000 feet here. Enter that in. And let's just go purely to idle. Excuse me.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Alright, so we're good there. And we're now going to drop to 2,500 feet per minute. Just try to catch up to that glide slope. We're already past about 10,000 feet. And our landing lights are coming on, as well as all of our other lights. So we're fully lit up. So the airport's like somewhere around over here. So we're doing fine. So I think the airport is like right here somewhere. So we're actually descending pretty quickly. As you can see, our glide path is now starting to catch up here. So we're now going to go ahead and we're really going to start to slow down this descent, because we don't need to be descending like a madman anymore. So we're probably going to take this up now to probably about 1,600 feet per minute. And we want to increase our speed a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and check the weather report for Enan. Two niner 26. So we're going to put it in our backup right now. (2926) is checked, and we're going to go ahead and say that the ATC has given us clearance for our transition change, so we'll put 2926 on our main. As you can see, the thing already changes there, so we're going to go ahead and slow down that descent rate, and we are going to go back to our barrel 29er26. So we're now at 29er26. We can go ahead and really slow down this descent now to probably about 500 feet per minute. Slightly increase that speed. Not sure what all the jagginess here is. You can see in the flight plan here if I can make the change. Okay, so if we come on up, so there's our arrival. So it looks like it's, I don't know, it's weird.
As this is a shorter flight, we will not be able to offer in-flight service. Please let us know if there's
So we're going to remove.
the flight more enjoyable, and we will assist you.
So we're going to go back to home. We're going to go to flight plan. We're going to remove the Enan arrivals. We're going to click on that. We're going to remove it from the waypoint. And we need to now make sure we go into heading mode because the aircraft will turn us. So there's our airport. So we're kind of just going to enter everything in again. So let's go slightly to the right. We're going to be holding off at 3,000 feet, and we're at 200 knots, which is perfect. Now we're going to go to procedures, arrival, and we're going to select an airport, Enan. Enter that, and we're going to be asking not for runway 32, but that has us now going direct. So the arrival is going to be the this one here, and we're going to load that. There we go. So that looks a lot better now. That is actually what I want. So now we're going to go to nav mode, and we're going to now turn to correct ourselves with the magenta line here, and we're going to sync our bug. And right now we're looking good. So we're looking much better than we were. So we're probably a little high. We want to go ahead and drop probably about 1,200 feet now per minute will work. Keep the inertial separator off for right now. Oh man, look at this. Look at how the ice melts off the water like that. Wow. We'll go ahead and give an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, from the front deck here, we're going to be landing in about 15 minutes. Weather looks beautiful out there, as you can see. Minor winds coming out of the east at about 6 knots. Hope you enjoyed today's quick trip with us. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendant, please prepare the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, from the front deck here, we're going to be landing in about 15 minutes. Weather looks beautiful out there, as you can see. Minor winds coming out of the east at about 6 knots. Hope you enjoyed today's quick trip with us. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendant, please prepare the cabin. There you have it. All right, so we are landing lights on, all our pulse and all the other lights here are on. We are coming down to 3,000 feet, and we're now going to go ahead and drop to 2,000 feet. See, the aircraft is now making a right turn. What happens is which it's kind of hard to understand for me, is when I go to procedures here and I go to the approach and I, pick the approach I want, it's gonna jack this whole thing up. The approach is gonna get all whacked out. So I'm just gonna keep the arrival on and then switch over to localizer when I need to from our CDI, I believe it's called. And then that should give us our localizer to come in. If it does not give our localizer because, hey, this is a simulator and things aren't perfect, then I'm just going to take over manual control. There, the airplane is now trying to compensate a little bit. We're going to go ahead and slow down quite a bit. And we need to now come down to 2,000 feet. And we're going to hold 2,000 for as we make our turn. Absolutely love this airplane. Probably my top 3 favorite. Alright, we are now making our turn. And for our approach here. And we're going to go ahead and turn half bank angle off because obviously we need to turn pretty sharply here. Go ahead and sync our bug as we turn. And we are... interesting. So it looks like SimBrief gave us an approach for winds that are going to give us a tailwind on landing, which is what we don't want, but it's a simulator. In the real world, we would not be doing this. We would have to land on the other side, the other runway. So 2,000 feet, looking good. If we go to our localizer, we could see it, but we don't want to do that now. So let's turn, but our localizer is in, so that's good. Holding at about 170, looking good. Alright, let's go up to the front deck here. Let's pay attention. Alright, we're coming around and then we should be ready to touch down. So landing lights are on. All our lights here are on. Everything else here looks good. Altimeter is in. Let's just double check the altimeter just in case to make sure that we don't have an update. 2926. So the altimeter is the same. Our water out there looks awesome and looks very cold. Wow, look at that, man. Holy jeez, this simulator just... There's times when you go into different areas in the sim at certain times of the day and it's just like, oh my goodness, it looks just real. Alright, there's our runway, I believe, right there. I do got a freeware airport for Andoya. But let's start getting established here. Right when we hit 14... Actually, let's go ahead and... should we drop now? Let's go ahead and sync the bug. And we're making the turn now. So let's go ahead and turn our localizer on, which we just did. And we're going to go ahead and go to the approach. So the aircraft should now turn slightly to the right here. Or no, it's okay, so it's lining up, so that's good.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
All right, don't see the glide slope. So we're going to go ahead and take manual control. Did not see the glide slope on that. No worries. We will make the correction. We will just go manual. Flaps 1. Just turning on the flight recorder so we can watch our replay here. The aircraft is slowly trimming itself out. Okay. Man. All right, so we're going to take a look at the beautiful replay once we get closer. So we definitely have a crosswind. Oh, yeah. A little high. And we're going to go ahead and start the recorder. We're slightly high, but we got plenty of runway, so we'll go ahead and drop a little bit here. Checked. All right, so we're back on glide. And continue. We got a fire truck going to be crossing the runway right as we land, huh? Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and power cut. Let's go ahead and flare, let that air just bleed off. And then we are down. I'm going to go ahead and reverse prop. Oh. .40 knots, kill the reverse prop. Manual braking. And we are down.
Gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 9:59 a.m. and it's currently about 3 degrees Celsius.
Stop the recording.
You can now use your mobile device.
And let's go ahead and check that replay out.
The seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Man, look at that. Oof. Just look at this scene right here. Jesus. Look at that, dude. Holy Jesus. These houses. Wow. Nice soft landing. All right. Let's go ahead and do another replay. Look at the water masking. The water looks, I mean, it looks real. It's just crazy. Wow. Absolutely stunning. Look at the reflection right there too. Man. Flying over the houses. So awesome. Got the power right on the 1,000-footers. Nice and easy. Little bit of a bunk, but I'll take it. Definitely got off center line. Center line is something I've always struggled with. All right, maybe let's do one more. And let's see if we can get a passenger view here.
500. Minimums.
Continue. So cool. All right, let's go ahead and stop the replay. It's going to give us the airplane right as where we stopped the replay at. All right, so flaps are going to come on up. And let's just kind of check out where we are here. Where can we exit there? I mean, it is, probably shouldn't. It's like, do we have to go all the way down the runway here? Our flaps are retracted. Inertial separator should have been on already. So that was something I forgot to do. Alright, let's see. This looks like a turn off here. I honestly don't even know where we're supposed to park, but we'll figure it out. We're only going to be here for about 30 minutes as we prepare for our next leg into Kittila. All right, before I make a turn here, let me go ahead and set that parking brake, and let's get our charts up here, and let's just make sure we're going to the right hangar. Sure, go ahead and load it. Right, yeah, okay. Doesn't matter on all that stuff. All right, so let's go to Enan, and let's go to Enan here, and let's go to taxi, and we can look at this one here. So where are we? So we just turned off of Delta. Is that Delta? And we're going to go to... Let's go to Alpha. Just going to make a left turn. Come on all the way down to Alpha. Okay. Parking brakes off. Go ahead and turn off the approach. Turn off the flight directors as well. And sync the bug. And let's go ahead and taxi on. It's pretty, it's not too cold. If it was in the negative, I'd probably turn the de-ices on, but I'm not seeing any visible ice on the windows or the wing, so we're good there. Flying this plane in VR is so much fun. It just feels like you're really in the airplane. Quite the bumpy runway here, or taxi road. Go on down there and park and check out a nice view of the ocean. What we're primarily looking for is the refuel area. It's probably somewhere over here. I believe this is the turnoff here, which we can do that. That's fine. So we're just going to come on up here, because obviously our passengers are going to be getting off and they're going to be getting into their vehicles, right? So we're going to go ahead and probably stop right here is fine. That parking brake is set, and we are going to go ahead and end it here. I don't know why it's at 70% satisfaction rate. What happened back there, guys? But that's okay. Turn off our lights here. Turn off our landing light as well. Clear any alarms, and we're going to now go into the fuel cutoff. And there we have it. All right, so start us off. Go ahead and turn off our ignition. Auxiliary boost can go off. Just go to manual. Autopilot trim can go off as well. Oxygen can go off. We can clear the alarm here. Turn off our AC. put our hot airflow into the feet position, and pressurization bleed can come off as well. Inertial separator and pilot and all this stuff can come off. Our co-pilot here is going to take a break. She's going to head out and get some coffee. So we're going to turn her off. And I'm going to stay right here. And first I'm going to open up my door. And I'm going to turn that off. And I don't know how all the passengers got off, because the door was never even open for them. So let's go ahead and click this, turn this, and let's come on up here, and I'm going to close the crash bar, turn everything off. And there we have it. I don't know why that door closed. That clicking sound. Never had that clicking sound before. I'm going to take a break as well. I'm so baffled on what that clicking sound is. I think it's going to drive me nuts. All right. Well, it's all good because we are about to end this flight. And we are going to set up for our flight into Kittila. This is a little bit of a longer leg. This is going to be about 50 minutes, 55 minutes of airtime. And don't know what the weather looks like, but we'll check it out. As for right now, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go get some coffee and set up for our second leg into Kittila. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, folks, welcome back. Apologize about that. Had a little bit of a couple issues with the simulator. Had to delete the G3000 mod and had to reinstall it and clear the data ref file because the sim crashed twice. So, but looks like we're good to go now with the reinstall. So I do apologize about that. That was a little bit longer break than I was anticipating. Our first officer has already got on board, and she has already fired up the aircraft from the cold and dark state that we were in. So, okay, so we got to get out of here. Got the flight plan, so let's just get right into things. Let's come on upstairs. Let's make sure our lights are on. We're going to turn on our nav light, and we're going to make sure that our overhead panel looks all good for departure. So let's go ahead and go here and scrolling up over here. So we're now gonna need the ignition in the off position, auxiliary pump in off position, this in the off position, and the fuel's in the manual position. All right, so come on down here, and according to SimBrief, we are going to cruise at 29,000 feet, longer leg. Go ahead and sync that. Do have a full flight, so come on. All right, 29,000 feet. We are going to climb at 150. All right, 150, and we're going to make sure that our FDs are on, our flight controls on. We'll check our lights, which are good here, and lights are good down there. We're going to go ahead and turn on our heat. This AC needs to be off for engine start, and this needs to be down into the floor position. Pressurization is off. Let's go down here to our flight plan. Let's go to flight plan here. We are sitting on Enan, and we're going to Kittila. Now, Kittila ICO code will be EFKT. So destination is EFKT, Kittila. Enter that in there. That is 214 nautical miles. The procedure on the departure, we do have a no, we don't. We have a direct. So let's go back. Let's go to home. Let's go to flight plan. Direct is going to be direct to Lurap, L-U-R-A-P. Enter that in. And then from Lurap, we're going direct to Pobel, P-O-B-E-L. And then from Pobel, where is the next waypoint? Direct to our arrival. So we're now going to go to procedures. And the departure, we're just going to have it on all runway. That actually works out just fine. And if we go back to our arrival, we're going to plan for the Exidi to Bravo, which is that one. And the transition is, there is no transition. The runway we're going to want is 16. Beautiful. We're going to load that. And then for the approach, it's going to be the ILS 16 or localizer 16 Yankee will actually work just fine. So localizer 16, if we load it, it's probably going to give us a pretty jaggy. We won't load it yet. We'll hold off on it for right now. So let's go over here. Let's make sure we are in flight management system and our nav. We are going to squawk 1516 on and reporting. Actually, let's go to altitude reporting just to get it out of the way. We're going to be really jamming out of here. And we're now going to go over to our minimums page. And no, not our minimums, our speed bugs. And rotation will be at 90. So we'll turn those on. And now we are going to get our passengers in. And before we do that, let's go to our weights. And our weights are going to be, the block fuel is 1,064, so I'd like to have 1,100. So let's go to 1,100 pounds of fuel. 1,115 pounds of fuel. That will work, and our payload is 1,380, so we'll go 1,400. It will be a pretty heavy aircraft today. Actually, let's do 1,468 on our payload. We brought a couple extra people. Alright, so those things are in now. We are going to go to PackX. Alright, we'll move PackX on over here. And we will go to new flight, start. And we are gun 125, and we are going to citation CJ4 on a full flight here. And we will start. All right, go ahead and close my door. Flight attendant will close her door. I'll go ahead and just start the engines up now. So come on over here. The ignition needs to be in the on position. Auxiliary booster needs to be in the on position. And we're going to hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Come on down here. Monitor the NG. Clear that alarm.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight.
And we're at 15. Go to low idle.
Items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call
Waiting for
button
about
over
48.
and somebody will assist you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other
We're about 50 now.
Also, be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities and the safety card provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and
on
willing
over
to perform
here.
these actions. If you're not, please let us
Auxiliary
know
on,
so that we
auxiliary
can
booster on, ignition in the auto,
feel free to use your cell phones during the rest
fuel,
of the boarding
manual,
process, but we do ask
autopilot
that
trim,
laptops,
and
tablets,
oxygen.
and any other larger electronic
Go ahead and
devices
turn
are
the
stored
strobe on,
onto
turn the
your
pulse on.
Thank you, and
Taxi,
welcome aboard.
taxi light can come to the on position.
We're
Pressurization.
ready to go when you are.
All right. Pressurization, go to the auto position. Pilot heats on, inertial SEP on.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
And let's
flight
turn this onto the
125.
passenger
Our
cabin
flight time will
crew.
be roughly 1
It's definitely
hour.
cold out
Please
here.
note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your
All right, let's
seatbelt
check our
and verify
altimeter.
it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in the full upright and locked position for departure.
29er, 29er.
Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
29er there. Two niner there. Okay, so we're looking good. Make sure our door is closed. Inertial separator alarm has been activated. Great. We are.
To the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight
Ready to
across
go?
your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case of unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arm.
Alright, I'm going to start the timer. We're about to enter the runway now.
Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors.
Runway secure to the left.
Is prohibited by law.
Clear on final to the right. Flaps set to the one position.
In front of you. We suggest reading this and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Flaps 1 indicating. And folks, welcome aboard. We're about to take off. Flight 10 space by the cabin. And folks, welcome aboard. We're about to take off. Flight 10 space by the cabin. Alright, so we're going to fly straight out and make a left turn. Landing lights on. I'm going to go ahead and sync our bug as well. And power up to 50. And engines are stable. And takeoff thrust set. Airspeed is alive. 60 knots checked. Definitely got a crosswind to the left. 80 knots, 90 knots. We are V1 and we are rotating. And we're at a positive rate. We're going to go gear up. Pitch for climb 10 degrees. Dial the power back. And we're now going to go to flaps clean. Aircraft trim itself a little bit. Go left turn. Straighten out here. Now go to autopilot. So autopilot, yaw damper, flight level change. Actually, we're not on flight level change here. There we go. Autopilot, yaw damper, flight level change, and let's sync our heading direct. And actually, we can just go right to nav. And now let's climb at 145 is fine. And turn off our camera, our head tracker, and all these lights can stay on for right now. Sync our bug, and let's take a look at this beautiful departure. Snow is melting a little bit. Sun's coming out. Sun's been out. Yeah, a lot of that snow melted. Wow. On our way to Kittila. Climbing right up to 29,000 feet. Air traffic control has given us clearance. Turn our inertial separator off. Our power will increase, as you can see, once it closes. Excuse me, once it opens. And we're now going to go standard baro. (2992) and (2992) on our backup. After takeoff checklist, gear is up and indicating. We'll put this down to the feet. Flaps are up, gears up. Manual override still off. Climb power, 10 degrees, just below 10 degrees. 146 on flight level change. We're autopilot, yaw damper. We don't want to scare our passengers. We're going to go to bank half. And we are good to go after takeoff checklist complete. Let's just enjoy some of these views. Some little small white caps down there. Absolutely gorgeous. Go ahead and turn the landing lights off now. It's a little early, but that's fine. Nav can go off. Strobe can go off. We'll keep the pulse on. Take a look at that. Pretty smooth air.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
Let's take a look where we're at. About 13,000 feet, climbing beautifully at 145. And we are direct to Lubra, 31.8 nautical miles. All right, let's go to procedure. Actually, let's go back. Let's go to flight plan. Nope, don't want that. We're gonna go to VNAV. We're gonna turn on VNAV. We're gonna go back, and I want to make sure that our information is correct here for our descent. load that again. Okay. Okay. This is all wrong here. So we're going to remove that. We're going to remove that. And we are now going to go to a new flight. And we're going to put in Enan to EK, what is it? EFKT. Kittila, Finland. Create. And we're going to type in our route here, which our route is... We are going direct to Lupra, L-U-R-A-P, direct to P-O-B-E-L, direct to our arrival, which is E-X-U-T-I, via E-X-U-T-I to Bravo. Alright, so it doesn't recognize this. We can delete that and we can go to our arrivals here. And it would be to Bravo, that one. It recognizes that. So now we're going direct to Lura, then to Pobel. And then we're going all the way down in for our arrival here. Now, if we go to our approach page, and we're going to look at localizer runway 16 for final. Let's get some charts in here. Our approach is localizer 16 Yankee. So it is going direct in. So that's good. So now if we go to our arrival, which is the Exuti to Bravo, this guy, plug him in. At Executi, we need to be at 10,000 feet, so that's extremely important. So we're going to come on over here. Oh, it's bumpy. So at Executi, we're going to be at 10,000 feet. We're going to enter that in. And let's see if it calculates. So it did not. So at Ilkim, we need to be at 3,800 feet. And at the airport, it won't let us put in the airport altitude, how high the airport is. But these are correct. So that would be the arrival. The transition is by ATC. We'll do it at about 10,000 feet. And the approach chart, the approach frequency, we'll go ahead and set up now, which is 111.9. So we're going to come on over here to comms 111.9er. We're going to transfer that over, and 111.9er, we're going to transfer that over. Same thing with this. 111.9er, transfer that over, as well as 111.9er and transfer that over. So 111.9, so everything here is 111.9. So there's no way we cannot get this localizer in. And the minimums we're going to set for, go to home here, and we're going to set our minimums to the radio altimeter again, because it's an ILS, and the minimums are going to be 477 will work. We'll enter that in, and we're looking good. Our speed bugs, we're going to approach at, we have plenty of runway, so I want to approach at about 90 knots, and we'll turn that on. We've been flying for about 14 minutes now, and when we hit glide slope, we should be at 3,200 feet. So this fix right here, which is Lecter. And we're not gonna load it till we get pretty close. So that all looks good. So we're pretty established for our arrival. Now it's time just to enjoy these views. Let's go up here and let's just see where we're at. About 23,000 feet. We've got another 7 to go. Let's take a look at the winds. We have a headwind of 25 knots directly hitting us. Alright guys, let you guys enjoy the flight. I'm going to take a break. I'll see you guys when we get closer to our arrival.
few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight meal service. Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we'll be over shortly to assist.
Alright guys, back here. As you can see, we start descent. Trying to just level off with this glide path indicator here. Had it on flight level change, should have been on vertical speed. So a little mistake there, no biggie. Fixing that. And I'm gonna go ahead and slow down just a little bit. Let's take a look at what we have outside here. We got a little bit of clouds. So if memory serves correctly, we need to be at 10,000, I believe. Actually, I don't even need to go here. Let's go to load flight plan. All right. So I believe we need to be at 10,000. Exactly at 10,000 feet. And then we'll come on in for our arrival. All right. So descending at about 2,300 feet. Let's go to 2,100 now. We're starting to get back on path. And let's go over here and let's check our METAR report for EFKT. Kittila. And nope, let's go back. Let's see this. All right, so we have 2926 on the altimeter, -3 degrees on the dew point. Temperature is 2 degrees. That's 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are northeast 050 at 5 knots. Excuse me, at 5 miles per hour, 4 knots. And the visibility is 6 or more miles. Ceiling visibility is okay, and there's no significant weather to report within the air. So, most importantly, 2926 on the altimeter. Got about 36.4 nautical miles till we hit Kittila at 091 on the heading. Descending a little fast, so let's go back up to our vertical speed to maybe about 900 feet per mile. Let's do 800 feet per minute. We have our localizer here. Let's go ahead and make sure our comms are correct, which I believe they are. 111.9er, which is correct. All right, 111.9er. And we do have our minimums in. All right, to intercept, we need to be about 3,800 feet. And D72, so about 3,800 feet there. So let's go here, 3,800 feet at D72. So if we go to procedure, we now go to our approach. ILS 16 Yankee. Let's double check here, make sure this was ILS 16 Yankee. ILS runway localizer 16 Yankee. Localizer 16 Yankee. Okay, so that is correct. So 3,800 feet. Let's go ahead and load this. And let's see what it has us do. It has us doing some crazy shit, huh? Yeah, that's just doing some crazy jig-jaggedy ass shit. Alright, we're gonna remove that. I don't understand that. Why it does that. Like it's supposed to... The ILS is directly in. See, the ILS is directly in, just like that. Why is it when I load it, gives me some crazy janky ass shit here? Now if I go to the flight plan and I remove this, I don't know. That's weird, man. It's all good. If I were to take this waypoint and remove it, which I can't because it's an approach. So let's do this. Let's hold the heading here for now, and we're going to come on down here to flight plan, see if we can remove this arrival. Oops, no. We're going to select approach, ILS 16 Yankee load. Once again, it's doing the janky stuff, so we're going to remove it, and we're going to go back, and we're going to remove the arrival. Remove destination airport. No, won't let us remove it. So I believe you have to remove the destination airport. So we're going to go to flight plan. We're going to go here. We're going to remove destination airport. Go to OK. So see how we're now... So we're still going straight. So now if we go direct to... at our destination, which is EFKT, I believe. EF... Add destination. EFKT. Enter that in. So that's where we're still on our heading, which is good. And if we go to home procedures on our approach, which is ILS 16 Yankee, localizer 16 Yankee, load that. What the hell? That's just so, I don't, whatever. I don't get it. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're going to go to flight plan, and we are going to home procedures arrival execute to Bravo. We're going to load that, and the runway we're going to have is 16. So there we go. So we're just going to keep what we have. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's just you know, it's just not correct or whatever. So we're going to go back to nav. And it looks like we got some clouds. Probably going to be turning. It looks like we got a little bit of weather in the area. At execute, go back to home, flight plan. VNav is on, and we need to be at 10,000 execute. We're going to enter that in. That gives us our path again here. So we're going to go ahead and drop to about 13, and then here we need to be at 3,800. We're going to go ahead and enter that, and in the airport we can. Okay, so we're back on track of what we had originally, and we're good. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here is Captain speaking. It's Start descent into Kittila. Should be on the ground in about 20 minutes or so. Got a little bit of weather. Cold out there. 22 degrees Fahrenheit. And minor winds out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. Appreciate you flying with us today. We hope to see you in the future. Flight attendants, please get a cabin for arrival.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here, this is Captain speaking. Start descent into Kittila. Should be on the ground in about 20 minutes or so. Got a little bit of weather. Cold out there. 22 degrees Fahrenheit. And minor winds out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. Appreciate you flying with us today. We hope to see you in the future. Flight attendants. Alright, landing lights come on. Turn all our lights on here. Pulse, nav, strobe, landing. Increase our descent. Inertial separator should come on now. Wow, look at that, man. Holy shit. It's dope. Alright, we're gonna have to slow down.
Landing gear.
And we're going to fire up our altimeter again. 2926. Inertial separator is on. Probably want to get those anti-ices on. Yep, we got water. It is raining. Inertial separator is on. All right. 2926. $3,800. It's 2926, 2926. 900 feet. Landing lights on. All our lights are on. All right. All right, so we're going to drop down to 3,000 is fine. Right in the glide path, so looking good. some rain again. Keep half bank off. About 1,400 feet per minute. Go ahead and slow down a little bit here. Looks like we should have a clear runway. All right, so we're gonna hold at 3,000. Excuse me, probably should hold at 3,800 or 35. Well, 35 would be fine. 3,600 will work. $175 on the speed will work. There's the runway right there. And let's drop down to 2,000.
Landing gear.
Runway's right there, okay? Let's go ahead and turn that guy on. And we are on nav here, so that's good. Alright, trying to line up with the localizer. I don't see the glide path. Maybe we're still pretty low. Look at this. Is it like a ski slope right here? Oh man, that looks really cool. All right, we'll manually take it down. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. And we're gonna go full manual here. Hi, airplane. Oh. And we will go ahead and record. Oops. It's hard to kind of see the runway here, but I know it's there.
500
Check.
minimums.
Continue. You know what? I don't even think this is the runway, folks. This is not our airport, I don't think. Damn, I can't see a damn thing. Manual braking. Did we land at the right airport? I hope we did. Yeah, we did.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The
All right.
local time is
Taxi light on.
12:46
Keep all these lights on.
PM, and it's currently about 2 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is
Nav can come off, light directors can come off, CDI can go back into the FMS position.
If this is your final
Flaps up.
destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Airframe anti-ices come off, pilot heat and inertial sep can stay on. We are in the taxi position here. Nav light can probably come to the off position as well. And actually, let's stop the recording and let's actually go to the replay real quick. Gotta turn these lights back on actually. Well, no, it's already done it for us. Okay, cool. Damn, couldn't see a damn thing on that runway. All right, do another one here. Look at that weather out there. All right. All right, looks like it's going to give us the aircraft right back where we wanted it. All right. There you have it, folks. Flaps are up. Turn the nav light off. Where I'm supposed to turn? Where am I supposed to turn here? Okay, I'll turn right here. There's a parking lot there. There's a refuel here. I'm gonna park right over here. This guy would get out of our way. Bro, you need to get out of the way, dude. Nice little barren right there. All right, parking brake is set. Gonna clear that alarm. Let's come on upstairs here. Pulse light can come off, strobe can come off. Taxi light is already off. Come on down here. And the engine is now being shut down. All right. Cool. Let's come on upstairs here. Crew supplies auction can go off. Starter in the opposition. Ignition in the opposition. Auxiliary pump off. Set this over to manual. Turn off our trim. And we can turn this off as well. AC can go to the opposition. Turn pilot heats off. Inertial separator can go off as well. Pressurization in the opposition. Clear that alarm. And we will take our power crash bar and shut down completely. And there you have it. We've made it. Looks like a beautiful day out here. All right, let's go on over here. Say thank you very much. We appreciate the assistance to our first officer. She's gonna go get some much needed rest. Passengers are off board. I don't know how, if I didn't open up the door. But let's go on over here and let's open up that door. If I can get to the right camera. There you have it, folks. Great day of flying. Nice approach into Kittila. This is a stock Microsoft Flight Sim airport, as you can see. Nothing special here. But great day of flying. Really enjoyed that stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well as much as I did. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you like the video, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. That's all from me today, Flight Simulation Experience. We'll be back for another stream probably tomorrow, if not definitely on Tuesday. See y'all. Thanks so much for flying with me.